Well, hello to episode 9 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis. And this is featuring all the roundup of game week 7. And I'll be giving just general opinion, what's happened in our leagues over the week, and just a synopsis going forward. And, we got 2 weeks in international break. Nothing is back in the Premier League until the 16th of October. It's going to be a long drag. It's the 5th now, 5th of October. So we'll just jump straight into it and let's get the video done. I have a lot featuring. Well, it's always nice to do a video anyway, I have to admit it, but it takes ages to get it done and to redraft. And if I suppose it does help formulate my ideas going forward. So anyway, what we have here, anybody new coming into this, it's if you haven't heard of FPL, you've got a lot of catching up to do. We're already in game week 7 just gone. It's never, you can still enter a team, but it'll be just basically learning and practicing. So I do these podcasts along with our resident FPL top dogs who featured in the video at the start. And basically it's a locals to give everyone a local perspective, to bond people together around the locality of Ballyhaunis, from Castlereagh to Armore, to Knock, to Brickens, to Bacon, to Ballandine, the locality of Mayo and around the area, the environs, Knock as well. I can't forget Knock. And just to get people together, and that's what I want to do with the Christy Nicholson League, is to get as many people to enter. And this year is the best ever. The quality is phenomenal, and it's so exciting. It's great crack and great rivalry. I also want to state that there's a rumor that there's another top dog in the brewing, in the oven, known as Joey Fats Shady Fay, or Slim Shady. What's the other, whatever, but we'll figure this one out anyway. So he's a perennial Christy Nicholson player, and he's there's no flies on him. So that's the actual video done. Yeah, Salah, my God. And just I was thinking about what he has the hardest game, and he's the one that delivers. Also CR7, Lukaku, Rafpinha, and Antonio. And yes, it was Salah. You never doubt this guy. If he can do that against City, he can do it against anybody. Maybe a stick and fix captain. I was thinking of that season in 2014 with Suarez, when I captained Suarez for every single game week. I just left him alone, and he repaid me so well that I got to the top 1500 of, it's my best ever season. But we have guys last season here in our league: Christy Nicholson, that finished 79th, Joey Commando Neenan. We have, really proud of the league with a good bunch, and all mainly local guys. It just emphasized the quality in our Bermuda Triangle that is Ballyhappiness here in County Mayo. Right. So yeah, I just want to emphasize Cristiano here. It's not his fault that he was benched. I don't think United have any reason to be benching Cristiano. To rest him for his Portugal games, it's crazy. I think he should be playing every minute, and he's there to win the title, to bring it back for the first time since 2013 under Fergie. I think he can do it. It just, he doesn't track back, but you can just put him up as centre forward and figure out something. Rashford's going to be back, and I think that's going to be even better for Cristiano. So look, people say Solskjaer is above his head in all this, and look, we'll see how it plays out. But United, I think they've won 2 games in 6, including the European games. So we'll see anyway. So that's just Cristiano there, just a bit miffed off, looking at Andros Townsend doing his famous celebration. And then Andros went over to grab his shirt at full time. And he just had to wait outside the tunnel, I don't know. That's the pinnacle of Andros Townsend, to score the goal and to play with Ronaldo. That's just the aura of the guy. And I think he should be playing every single minute. It's just a no-brainer. He looks after himself. He's fit as a fiddle at 36. So I wish I looked as good as him. But my wife would say I am. Thank you. Right, next. Well, loads of people are selling him. 170,000 have already sold him, and he's gone down from 12.7 to 12.6 now. I'm not too bothered. I sold him at 12.6. I just didn't like the balance of my team. At the time, I did put Jimmy in there, Jimenez, but I just like to have 3. I just couldn't figure it out, and I think it's a lot of money just in case he gets benched, and that's your whole team. You're relying on your bench and all this, and I just couldn't fit him in, so I just went for Lukaku, Antonio, and Jimenez up front. I thought that was good, but then Jimenez let me down a couple of game weeks ago, and got rid of him. It's just I've got definitely a knee-jerk thing going on here, folks. But I've been a good boy in regard to hits. I've not took any hits this season. I've not done any -24s, boys. I'm just going to be more ruthless. It's when it comes to people not performing. I'm getting very miffed off now with this. We'll go to the next guy here, Lukaku. I get really miffed off now. Everybody's now got Lukaku in instead of Ronaldo. It's just a straight switch. But I don't. I think it's a bit of fool's gold going on here. He's blanked in 3 Premier League games. He blanked against Spurs, the 3-0. He blanked obviously against the City 1-0 reverse, and he blanked against Southampton 3-1. And he's had chances, and he blanked in Paris Saint-Germain the other night 2-0. And he missed a brilliant header. It should have went in, but I think he's going to be okay, Lukaku. I'm not going to get rid of him. But I have plans going forward. I've done my wild card. I feel I can focus more once that wild card's done. I'm really happy more or less of who I have until Christmas. That's the whole idea. When you do your wild card, folks, if it's this week or whenever, or you're going to mull over it over the next 2 weeks in international, which is what a load of managers love to do. United have harder fixtures coming up now. Load of people are getting off Greenwood. There's 3 getting off Shaw. Getting off. There seems to be a United exodus at the minute. I feel like Greenwood now's blanked an awful lot. I'm kind of happy I stuck with Jota. I think, but I'm a bit worried with Jota now with Firmino. I think Firmino will come back and be brilliant. He looks primed. So I have to think about Jota. Because I'm worried about his minutes now. But we'll see after the international break. We'll all keep an eye on Bruno Fernandes as well, and Portugal. All the best players seem to be from Portugal at the minute. So yeah, the knee jerk. This is the knee jerk reaction. This is where you have the doctor tests your tendon, your knee tendon, whatever it's called, and the instant reaction was me to boot Antonio out of my team. I'm just miffed off here. I think he's blanked the last two game weeks. Well, no, he scored the winner, yeah, but I'm just infuriated. I captured them this week. Brentford. Look, I think it's definitely a Europa fixture. I was thinking, would West Ham be able to get over the Europa action that they were over in? I don't know if it was Zagreb or that was the week before. They were at the London Stadium, I think, that they won their Europa game. And yeah, they've fallen foul of that Europa, the Thursday Sunday syndrome. So I should have known. I just thought I'd give Antonio a chance, trust him. He was playing on Sunday after the blank from Lukaku and Ronaldo. And I said, that's it, he's out. I'm sick of him. Get the hell out. I rather Ivan Toney, to be honest with you. I think you just come to, will he keep up this form? Will he keep playing Thursday, Sunday, Thursday? He won't. He'll get injured. He's not that type. He needs to be managed. Yes, you'll come up with great hauls. Get him in for Norwich's, get him in for Newcastle's, get him in for, he will beat them up. But is he going to get the 25 goals? Like you expect the Kane to get back running, and Lukaku and the main, Vardy now is interesting. I think I just don't. I think you're going to get more or less. I don't know. It's people will keep Antonio anyway. That was just my decision. I did something else and I got in Huang for a straight, just a straight transfer for Antonio. I've saved a load of money and I've got plans within plans, and that money will be utilized. So that's the Lukaku. Yeah. This is my plan. Son and Vardy in the next few weeks. I'll be watching them. Now, the thing about Son, he's going away to South Korea. Lo Celso's going to Argentina with our Argentinian bucks. I can never remember all of them. Romero, we got 3 or 4 going anyway. And they're in negotiation to see if they can miss the 3rd match of the international break. So against Newcastle for Tottenham, I think it's pretty unlikely. Romero, Son, Argentinian bucks that will play. I think there are doubts, so I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I'm not going to take a hit now for next. I'm just going to leave it at that and see what happens. A bit too early, maybe taking that transfer, but as you'll see, we'll have a look at the price transfers. Actually, we'll go into it now while I'm in the flow of this website, footballfallout.com. I think it's brilliant. These are the daily price changes, which I love. You can see that Li Chang Wang, he's gone from 5.5 to 5.6 now. That's the new cost, and 3.5 selected by. I thought that would be a bit more, but he's got a pretty quick price rise there. I'm not sure how it all works out. You don't really need to, as long just give me the information, I'll make up my mind. Andros now, everybody's on in 5.5, taking penalties, but what happens when Calvert-Lewin comes back? The dynamic of the team will slightly change, of course. Andros will be more out the wing, I would say, trying to get them crosses in. Fair play to Andros, great stuff. And also Decore, you think Decore's in there somewhere, but he's another. We're waiting for Richarlison and TCL to come back at Everton. So I don't know. I've got Demarai Gray, so I think he's the assistant. He's always there, either creating a goal. So I think Demarai for me is okay. But if you don't have a Demarai in your team, lots of people have an Andros Townsend, in their team, and this Gallagher from Crystal Palace, although he blanked, loads of people have him in. They like the cut of him. So Che Adams has gone down. Cristiano, yes, he has. That's confirmed. He's down to 12.6. Mason's gone down from 7.7. And Pogba has gone down from 7.8. So this is it. Pogba, loads of people getting off. Ailing, well, he seems to be more longer term injury. This was the other week. This the other day. So every day they give you the price. Cancelo went up. Cancelo. Mohamed Salah went up. Oh yeah, he went up. Matty Cash, yes, he's the flavor of the month now. He's the wing backs at Villa that's getting up and assisting. Also, Vlasic now has gone down immediately because he's not really being trusted at the minute. He's just breaking in at West Ham, and I'm sure something will work out. I'm surprised Kufel's gone down. I think it was that he was a little bit injury doused, but he did play. and he was past fit, so he's a bargain. Kufal, I still think he's a good shout. If you don't have a Semedo, Kufal is all right. This season for me, I seem to be picking up guys that are at discounts. I've been selling and then getting somebody. I like for instance Bamford. I got him back at a discount. You know, there's a load I can go through when I haven't got my team here. Yeah, so yeah, James and TAA didn't start. They were injured. There's a chance, there are 50% chance that they'll be back. They got 2 weeks now, they can chill out. I'm sure this should be not too bad. They're very near the squad. I like this Chalobah from Chelsea. It doesn't seem to me he's in the price changes there. This is what I'm on about. This season seems for me to be all about getting these guys in at price reductions, because it's so volatile, the transfer market. It's changing within goals being scored or missed or results day by day. It's absolutely, everybody seems to be on it here in the FPL. Everybody is reacting. Everyone is knee-jerking, not just like once a week. It's twice, 3 times a week. Every minute, everybody's knee-jerking. So I don't see any Chelsea there changed, which if he hasn't, Rudiger changed. Oh wow, Rudiger's gone from 5.5 to 5.8. Wow, I think it's a bit boring, the Rudiger. Yeah, he starts. I think what I'm going to do is I'll sneakily get in Chalobah, because he comes up and he scores goals. This is his 2nd goal this season. He doesn't start every game, but if you've got somebody on the bench, that's what I'm going to do going forward. So Chalobah, Son, and Vardy. I'm looking, maybe not get Vardy in because I'd have to get rid of Lukaku, but I can definitely look at getting Son in. So I like Chalobah big time. I think he will be. I'll keep James. I've got a load of money in the bank here. Was it 3.6 mil? And I'm happy with the team. Sam Maximin, he just obviously if Wilson gets back, if he can get back. And the other dude that came from Bournemouth, I forget his name now. They have a couple injured anyway. I think. Oh yeah, Lascelles, their centre back. These guys, when they get back, I think you'll see more out of Sam Maximum. But he's just playing that lone striker up front. He got isolated the other day. Yeah, who were they? Yeah, I got isolated against Wolves. Tough place to go. Wolves are back in form now. So yeah. I'm in no major rush to get rid of because I like Newcastle's fixtures, and it's just a good thing, it's I think you do well against Tottenham. It's a dodgy back. Palace, that's a lot more trickier than the 2. But I'll give this guy a go and see. He'd be a good differential anyway. Loads of people would have Jimenez now. That's fair enough. I probably should have wished I maybe stuck with Jimmy a bit more than I did, but I have Wang now, so 42 points. What's the average here in the league? Not too bad, 42. Imagine how Salah, that would have been an extra 10 or 10 odd, but the 40, 50, wow. 60 there from my mate Dave Martin. What did he have there? I think he had Souček. Yeah, Souček in there. Salah is obviously, he goes for the West Ham. So yeah, looking at that, I'm about 55 points down on Stephen Stress, having a great season. Our expert draft league player, from Max, the original McShurton's league in Ballyhaunis, which was in existence before the Christy Nick. I admit I was in the McShurton's league, and it's not run anymore, and most of the guys could play over here. I think there's a guy called Ken Kendrick. He used to work at Max. He's a really good player, but he's not in the league. It would be a good player. Yeah, Starman is it's not the worst. It's a nice little lead there now for Stretch. Yeah, so Aiden Phillips are doing okay there. Adrian there. Face man. So there's not much of a muchness really, the top 7, and then it kind of drops down a bit. 26 points from. I'm happy enough for 55 points. I'm maintaining the 50. I'm just waiting until something clicks for me, or I make some sort of a move. It's just to be in the mix. Oracle's there. There's look, I'm happy enough. I'm not too far from that top 10. Last season it was a real slog all the way to get anywhere near the top 10, and it was just, I got to the top 5 and then I backed down to the 6. So at Christmas I'm hoping myself that I'll be in a position around 5th or 6th, slowly get up. I've not had a disaster start this year. So we have 42. A bit of credit there to Eamon Phillips. He's been well on it. He's got plenty of brothers and cousins around him, you know, to be interested in. I don't know if he watches, but he's doing very well. Matt Tip now, he's lucky. He didn't get the own goal there. Kevin De Bruyne, that shot, it was an amazing shot there he scored against Liverpool on Sunday. It did come off Matt Tip, but obviously the power, and it was on target, so they've given it to KDB, so that's not too bad. It's still a good call there. I think he's quite cheap, so you got Liverpool defender if you don't have TAA. I'm keeping TAA anyway. I believe in him. I think Liverpool were definitely exposed down. James Milner did brilliant on Foden at the end of the day. Fair play to them. Henderson did his fair bit trying to help out, but that's not that's going to cause problems. He's a great servant, Milner. Fair play to him, but like Foden on his day, phenomenal. He did get lauded big time, but you know, like James is you know, he's not far off my age. I'm sure I'm as young as fuck anyway. Look, young. Rudiger, Salah, there's nothing wrong. I got in Townsend, and he's had in Townsend in a while because it's not featured. So great call. That means he's on it. Sarr, Lukaku, nothing wrong. Tony, I love the team. Look at that. Demarai Gray and cash on the bench. Cash on the bench. Cash in the bank there. This is a great team. And I'm worried looking at that. I cannot see much that I can really get them on. I'm worried about Townsend, definitely. I'm going to have to start thinking outside the box to get above a few of these guys. So shout out for Eamon there. I met him in the summer in July, and he's very blasé and sure, I don't know. No, he does know. He does know. He's doing brilliant. He's doing well. His team looks relevant and current, and he's on it. You can tell teams that are on it. Diaz, Ailing, Lonzo, that is not on it. Sorry, Oracle. I think he's got a wild card as well. I thought he would have played the wild card this week. But he's just holding this. There is a time when it's more useful to play a wild card rather than going through 2 or 3 or 4 weeks of, well, will I, won't I? And in the meantime, you're kind of hemorrhaging 5 to 10 points on the average. And sometimes really bad, maybe 10. So like the wild card played now, you can get for instance, like with looking at Eamon's team, that is like Suchik, fair play, holding out on Suchik. I think he'll come good. Bit of West Ham. That's a terrific team. That's a terrific team. He's got a bit of everything there. So it's down. Everybody has got a plan and a vision. So it's probably stick to it. Jota, I'm worried about. Benrahma doesn't have a massive amount of shots on target, but he's scoring. He seems to be. He's anything he touches at the moment seems to be going in. He's not missing much, but as in golf, they say, "Oh, he had a good day," but will he do that for 4 days in a row? Is yeah. And so anyone can have a good day, but it's only early days, yes. And we'll see now with Benrahma, and because of the Thursday Sunday thing, it always screws up here in the Premier League. And I don't think West Ham squad is massive. Could have really done with Lingard, but I don't think it's massive strength and depth. So a few injuries, you need to keep an eye on that. Gray's okay, Ronaldo. So that was devastating there, Ronaldo. I don't see who's capped. So Oracle's got a bit to do there. Look, myself, I'm going to keep the James and I'm going to keep TAA. I think Williams now is his goose is cooked now. He won't be starting. The other guy at Norwich, begin with O, whether however you pronounce it, he'll be starting on a Wemney, or I have no idea, but I think Farker is kind of looking at our Brandon Williams, Brandy Williams, as what a bit of a drunk sailor at the wheel with Norwich at the moment. I cannot see how they're going to change that. That they just get up and they go down again. It's basically like a lady in a certain madame's house, then up and down, up and down. So that's Norwich now. I don't know how they're going to change that around. I think Ollie Skip leaving Norwich has been a disaster for them. And look what he's doing at Tottenham. Seriously, himself and Højbjerg are just ruling it. And I have a bit more faith now in Tottenham. A great win against Villa. So I'm bullish now on Son. Harry is just sluggish, not so sharp. Had a good attempt in the first few minutes to chip Martinez, who's I think the Villa goalkeeper, who's going to go to Argentina now to play the friendly, the internationals. So that's mine. Any other interests? Snowman has played. A lot of people have played wildcards this weekend. Christy Nicholson. So, look, Starman is probably, he was looking at a disastrous wildcard. He's scraped a 40, a bit like myself. I feel like getting your 40 odd, you've really just got away with murder in a way. And Livermento, definitely brilliant. Rudiger, brilliant. Ramsdale, brilliant. I want him. If I was doing a wild card, I'd have Ramsdale and Sanchez, maybe. Depends. Saka, fair enough. I really like Saka. I think he can blow really hot this season. It's got to be his season. Antonio, fair enough. I've gone off him. Lukaku, scared. He's not. I just have a bad feeling, I get this bad feeling. I don't have a bulling feeling about Lukaku. I've spent the money. If I get rid of him, I'm going to lose money if I want to get him back. So I'm kind of stuck with, I'm going to keep with him. But I don't feel like captaining Lukaku at any stage now, not until he starts hitting, some form. He's 3 ducks now in a row. I still like Sarr. They got some tricky games, but I think they've got Liverpool next, Watford. So I still love Sarr. Grealish is a 50-50 for me. He's not as sure. So, I think Rafpinha is a cert. Saka, of course, I think they're more like, they're a big differential. I still think Grealish is a differential. But then you got Foden, who's going to start. Mahrez, they're all competing for various positions. It's a lot of money still. I think he's still only 8 million. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who in City I would have. Sterling, my God. If I see any team with Sterling in it, that they've given up about a month or two ago. Christensen, fair enough, great stuff. He will come on. Yeah. I've got my own ideas and I'm going to stick to them. That's what I advise everybody else here. Healy, Faceman, Luigi has done his wild card. 40. The two of them will be like basically Siamese twins, both unhappy. But going forward, I think that they're going to be fine. They have a wild card to last until Christmas. Again, I'm not accusing anybody of a bit of copying, I swear to God. What's the index? Berahino. Sure, I think the index, I think there's no problem. It's just that they're probably watching the same blogger or influencer on YouTube. But yeah, he's got Grealish, he's Lukaku, Antonio, Salah, Saka, Rafpinha, Rudiger. So there's like 1, 2, 3 different. And on the bench, I think Starman's got Christensen, isn't it? I like Tony. Yeah, he's got TA. So there's a little bit of them two. I feel as if they're watching each other. There's a bit of watching going on, and as we know in horse racing, the third horse, if the two of them out in front are watching each other, the third dark horse coming up, you know, not off the bridle, but come up and pip them. What else have we got here? Fergie Walsh, just a big mention for Fergal Walsh here. Loads of people, you know, will he be christened into the top dogs? A perennial player. He's always had a team. He's always done the best he can up till Christmas, but he's a lot to prove to really get through the whole season. He's got a great start. Rowe's very interesting. Rowe and Saka, but Rowe is more interesting for me. Canos, fair play. That's a great shout. I think he's got quite a bit of money saved up in the bank there. He's got he's holding on to a lot. Jesus, great shout. He's done something. Vardy, brilliant. I suppose everyone should have probably Antonio, but I just have a feeling it's just me myself. Dunk, fair play. I've got Duffy. I think Duffy is just more likely. He should have scored the other day against Arsenal. Couldn't believe he missed that free header in the first half. Cancelo, I think, is very unlucky to get a booking and conceding 2 goals. He was brilliant the other day. He was assister as well. That just FPL. That's just so unlucky. So a shout out for Fergie Walsh there, and Morgan, good. Sar, Jimenez, very good. Martial, Cresswell, Liverano, Ramsdale, absolutely love it. Look at that bench, phenomenal. Morgan, that's great stuff. And as with Joey now, he's not too far down. I think he's got married this year or getting married this year. Again, Traore was a risk. He's still got Jimenez. Unlucky with Ronaldo, didn't start. Bench is average. Sean now is dated. Semedo, I think I'd rather have Marcel than Semedo. Save a bit of money. Jota, I'm not sure. Again, 43 is a very good score. And that was a great score for Morgan's all 49. So can't stay here all day. Just looking at the wild cards, Jeremy, the big friendly giant's done his wild card, and he's still got Tsimikas. Why has he got Tsimikas in there? Yeah, again, but maybe a Chalobah for Chelsea. Maybe Tsimikas will come on, but you'd have to keep starting them, and then you get a transfer in. But Ings, I just don't fancy. He must fancy Ings to have him in his wild card, you know. So these are differentials to try and be a bit different from the guys at the top. As you see, they're marking each other. So Dallas, oh God, Dallas. He's like the Lundstrom last season. Now I'm not sure who we can donate the Lundstrom of this season. I need to think. Snowman's done his wild card as well. Townsend, great shout. He definitely saved them this week. A lovely, healthy 48. Could have been so much better if we all had got on Salah and trusted him. But like, you did nothing wrong back in Lukaku or, you know, maybe Antonio. I just knew Brentford have great defense, and I just thought they'd blow out for a day. They didn't. Brentford are the real deal. So yeah, I like the wild card. He's got a bit of everything. Monaco is doing brilliant this season. But will he stay in when Lascelles gets back? I'm not sure if they're in the same position or not. But look, Snowman, that's a good wild card. And Sniper, he's done his wild card. Love it. Cancelo will be okay. Rudiger fine. Alonso is big up on Chelsea here. He's gone the chance with Aubameyang. It didn't work out for him. He didn't really get much of a sniff against Brighton. Brighton just put it up to them. I think it ended. I'm not sure did it end 0-0 that match. It was a draw anyway. So, I remember. What was it? Were there Arsenal? Yeah, 0-0. Yeah, I just wanted to verify that I'm not talking baloney. Yeah, so I'll just have a quick look more. And Sniper is this is a great shot with Rowe. I think he will. He play in that number 10 position, and he's going to be there or thereabouts. Who's taking the corners? I think Saka is taking corners. Yeah, Antonio, Lukaku, Gallagher's. Yeah, that's a good shout anyway. 39 points, so just on the borderline of getting away with it. And the rest of the guys down here, John Kelly and okay, so so just quickly go on to the knot. Well, this was the last week's big knot mock-up. Me and the sniper Sean Gilday, and I'm just really happy I just edged that one. I think Sean was really unlucky there. I think it's because if he had his Brighton player Duffy, if he had Duffy starting, you know, you could have dropped Cancelo. It's hard. It's really attacking. I would have had Cody there and Rudiger there. Gallagher came in, you see, for Alonso. So that 4 points that if he didn't have if he didn't have Gallagher there, if he had him in second position, I like Duffy always as a first sub because I know I just have the belief that he'll tower in a header or something. So those 4 extra points I think would have topped me there. He would have done me by a point. So it's just those small margins. Uba never really looked like scoring. He had one good chance. Unlucky with Cancelo, but 2 goals were scored and he got booked. He didn't get the assist. We would have drawed otherwise. Mostly everybody was going to go for Lukaku. So the only thing I would say, really, he's just unlucky with the sub. It's just small differences there. So yeah, the standings there: 18 points, 6-1. Jerry Feeney's having a cracking season. I can't wait to get a crack in him. We'll have to sort it out, me and Jerry. We'll have to give it a go. And they're stressed. There's only a game behind us. Yeah, it's a bit like the American football. 18 points is like a game behind. These guys on 12 are 2 games behind. A bit like in the baseball, actually. That's the way they do wins and losses. And like in baseball, if you win 9 out of 10, you're 9-1. And if you win 10, you're 10-1. But that the one team is one game behind, that means they're ahead. So that's the way I see it there. So it's really much of a muchness. Loads of people have got mega points. 5 and 2s are brilliant. There's 26 people in it. So the guys over down the bottom, they're losing. Everyone that they're playing, they're losing. So really and truly from Jason Coyne and Patrick Kiley up, really. They seem to be doing pretty. Yeah, well, definitely the 12. If you're on 12, Andy Cagnon, Sean Gilday, Phillips, they're winning mainly every other match. If all, it's just a fine difference there. Kevin Gore, Killer Kilbride in there. So yeah, I'm kind of going for the knock now this year. It's maybe the only realistic thing that I feel I can go for. And I've really got immersed in this thing. So oh, you're so lucky, face man. 2 points on the average. That would have been $5 into the Paddy Powers end of season drinky. At the moment, we just have James Crane and Snowman in the jar. I'd be expecting 10 euros at the end of the season in that little jar, and whoever gets done by the average, the same premise. Andy Cagnon, our Ballyhaunis town player, great player, took out Christy. Stephen Carney doing well. Took out Joey. Slim Shady, but as a Fat Shady. Joey Fat Slim. It's hard to say that. Joey Fats. I just say Joey Fats as in, Fats Domino. We need a gangster. We need a top dogs gangster in our midst, and I feel that Joey can fit the bill as our top dogs gangster. Yeah, yes, Han Solo, Aiden Fitz, done well there. Oracle will be down on that one. Ado has been losing a lot of games and he drew one, so that's a big win for him. He might be back in it now. Dazza Duffy, beating John Kelly, our double time winner. Owen is hanging in there this season, seriously, and he's doing very well as well. And I think he's the first time he's played FPL. We could talk about beginner's luck. Like, he's here on 15 points. He's won 5 out of 2, and in the Christy Nick. Owen is up here, way up here. Is it? Where is Owen? Owen. I'm sure he's up here somewhere. I'll just be interested in his team. Stephen, Shane, Kieran. Okay, I can't see it there. It's somewhere there. I've gone total dyslexic over here now. No, I can't see it there. Can you click into it here? Living on a prayer. 3, 4, 7 points. Oh yeah, he's a bit down. I thought 3, 4, 7. Oh, he's so. Owen, come on! It's your first season. Sorry now to be highlighting folks, but you're having a very good knot for a guy that's on 347. Our collie boy from Clare, from Ballyhaunis, playing for Clare. Very unique dude. Can mix and dabble with the football and the small ball. 3, 4, 7, but he's won 5 out of 2 knots. So that's very good going. It's how in God's name it can work out really cool. That's the knot can be won by nearly anybody. It's what's going on in his team. He's done nothing wrong with Ronaldo there, and he's very much into the form of the first few game weeks of the season with the Pogbas and all the assists. Fair enough, Martinez. I think the team is pretty relevant. There's not an awful lot wrong with that, actually. Pookie, never really. I did consider him, but I think somebody that's where you can work on there to get someone in. Like, I think either Jimenez or that Wang guy or someone who's shooting in the goals there. Pogba now is he'll do well. He won't do well. I'm not sure. I won't have him in. Kovacic is boring but good. There's a couple. It's not too much. You just have to get a bit lucky with the captaincy. So just what else is there? There's not much more. Kieran Kiley. So Stephen Carney's doing well there. Connor Hussey. He's our lad from Castlereagh, footballer. Kevin Kilbride there, and Owens there, and Oracle and Sniper. So not too bad there. So that's a real breakdown and synopsis of what's been going on here in our top dogs leagues. Not much more to add apart from going forward. It's hard really to give really, we got 2 weeks of international. It's all down to who's got double. The whole crack over here is the double vaccinations. If the players have been double vaxxed, it seems to me that they'll have probably no problem re-entering if Great Britain, if they haven't come from a red list country. But if they've come from a red list country like Brazil, I think Argentina as well, even if you're double vaxxed, there's a certain amount of days you have to take a test, and then you have to have a certain amount of days that you have to isolate, and that will mean there's the query whether there has to be some sort of negotiation between the clubs and the international squads. So we'll see how that pans out over the next 10 or 11 days. Obviously, I wonder, will they give Salah a rest? He's played every game. And can they take care of Watford away? They want to get a bit of revenge on that 3-0 from the other few seasons ago. It's still smart. And Watford are up now, so there can be a bit of revenge there for Liverpool. I think I've a feeling, depending on what goes on in Egypt and Salah, I still think he'll play it, but there's always that game every 6 games he seems to get a rest and put on the bench, especially if there's a Champions League game. The Champions League, there's more in October, so they cut back in the 16th. I think I saw the 21st around the next crack with the Champions League, and then the week after. So yeah, there's going to be a round of Champions League and Europa games after, so it's non-stop. Some of these guys will have played 3-5 matches in the space of 3 weeks. So it's at that top level. Oh, back in the day that we could play 4 games away. Oh, but it's the pace, and these guys are just any slight touch, they're down, they're injured. They're worth mega money. Now, Burnley coming to the City, that could be earmarked for getting a couple of guys in. So the guys that have done the wild card with Grealish and Diaz and Cancelo, that's a great game for them. You'd really expect a 2 or 3. I think Burnley have been done 5-0 nearly every time they've been there. So I have to think about that. I've done my sub, but I'm not going to do a -4. I'm going to leave it. United, there'll hardly be anybody from United, the way things are going now with the FPL universe. Leicester are scoring. I like Vardy. Vardy scoring goals. I am going to consider. I'm going to have a look at my team. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to mooch about over the next 2 or 3 games. Get 2 transfers and see if I can sneak. I don't know if I probably can get in Vardy, but then I won't be able to get Son. I'll figure something out anyway. It's interesting. Once you've played your wild card, half the fun is trying to figure out how to get that guy in you want. As efficient as efficient as you can with the money you've got. So I like that aspect of the whole thing. Again, Norwich and Brighton. Well, I love Brighton. Great defense, and I can't see Norwich getting anything out of that either. I don't know where Norwich are going to get their points. Leeds and Southampton, that's impossible to call, and I think Southampton should be the favourites. So up until that Jamie Ward-Prowse sending off, they got the penalty and they were looking well able to control Chelsea. It's just one of them things. Chelsea aren't going to find anything easy against Brentford. I wouldn't put a lot on Lukaku to score. Look, whatever, do what you got to do, but I think Brentford will score, and then that's all your Chelsea defenders all screwed. I think there's a bit of a look. Okay, Chelsea got Norwich coming up, and Newcastle. So that's why everyone's got their Chelsea bits in, and I definitely think that's the reason why Lukaku is a great bet, and loads of people are just going to lump in because with Ronaldo, and if he's not getting their 1 or 2 goals and assist or something every other game, he's not worth the money. Everton and West Ham. That's a draw. Could be. I can't call that. Everton will be a different animal with their 2 big guns back. Spurs, well, they might be minus and all them players that we said they were going to Argentina. The goalkeeper, Romero, and Arsenal Palace. The Patrick Vieira derby. That one should be very interesting. You'll get a big rousing welcome there at the Emirates, but Palace will not be there. They look pretty good. Palace, they look really well organized. There's they have more about them. No offense under Roy Hodgson. So this Chelsea guy, Gallagher, is real, and I like this Olise. There's a guy called Sunday Olise, and there's a Michael Olise. I highlighted them at the beginning of the season in my previews, the two episodes before. Palace's signing, I highlighted Anderson and Olise, and I think he could be a shout, Olise, for some sort. He could be a differential. I really like the cut of him. Very speed emergence. So that's all we can't really say too much. So Ireland have got Kazakhstan and Qatar in the next. It's just a total waste of time. Total, absolutely. And England, Andorra, and San Marino, and Hungary. That's it now, folks. This is the entertainment. So you're going to have to do it without me now, guys. You're going to have to just chill out and just get some sleep in, and roll on the 16th of October. Okay, take care, boys. That's all I can say on that. And sayonara. And these are my 2 books coming up. I'm going to wrangle somehow. Okay, I'll let you go with that. And thanks for listening. Remember to like and subscribe. I don't go into all this stuff. All the leagues that I've mentioned there, the Christy Nicholson, the King of the Travelers, they're all free to enter. Mainly we got local, the locality of the guys. It's basically people who know guys of guys and their friends here and there. So it's just something, a little bit extra for our top dog guys, our players, to mull on a local roundup of our own scenario, rather than the whole global general thing that you get from the other bloggers. So thanks for listening. I hope you got something out of that. Take care, God bless, and see you on the other side, the 16th of October. I might do a video a couple of days before, just to round up where we are with injuries. I'm not so sure, but we have a WhatsApp group and we talk and natter on that a lot. So catch you later, boys. God bless and goodbye.